Well, we made it to Follow Along Friday at Michelle's Body Shop. If you're new to this channel, I'm Michelle, and today we'll be doing a full set of shoulders and triceps. Are you ready? Let's get to it. Let's kick off this workout with some overhead presses for 12 reps. Using the EZ bar, I do this overhead press by touching my chest with the bar and then fully extending my arms over my head so that the bar is just past my head. Since I enjoy alternating my sets, the next exercise we're going to do will be a tricep exercise. Now for these cable pulls, I'm stepping up on my machine because unfortunately my machine's cable isn't very long. So I have to stand on it in order to do a full extension. So as you can see with these cable pulls, in order to work the tricep properly, you need to keep your upper arm stationary. But try not to lock your elbows like it appears that I'm doing in this. I shouldn't have extended to the point where I locked my elbows, so keep that in mind. Okay, time for set 2 of overhead presses. Just a couple more. All right, let's knock out our second set of cable pulls. Okay, for my last set of overhead presses, I switched over to my 45-pound barbell. I didn't add any weights to the barbell, but the barbell alone is heavier than the weights I had on the EZ bar. So I'm doing fewer repetitions in this last set, but lifting heavier weight so that I can grow. And final set of cable pulls. All right, for the next shoulder exercise, we're going to do one of my favorites, the Arnold press. To do this exercise, begin with your upper arm parallel to the floor and your palms facing you. Then extend your arms out to the side with your palms facing out, and then raise your arms upward to the upper part of the press. And then back to the starting position. All right, nice work. Okay, now we're going to lower the bench to do some tricep dips. Having a workout bench is so helpful in doing tricep dips. Much easier than using a chair, but you can use a chair. However, I will leave a link in the description section for this very bench that I'm using now. All right, now let's raise that bench to its most upright position, because that is the best way to do Arnold presses. You want to be able to rest your back while you're doing this type of press to save it from injury or overstraining, or really just to keep you from engaging your back muscles too much, and you can focus in on those shoulders. Remember to stay hydrated. All right, let's knock out those tricep dips. All right, for my last set of Arnold presses, I'm going to grab my 20-pound weights. I was using 15s before, but again, just like my last shoulder exercise, I'm going to increase the weight and decrease the reps. Now make sure as you're doing this exercise, especially if you're increasing your weight, that you do it with slow control. Don't speed through it. Move slowly and carefully and deliberately. Not only will you protect yourself from injury, but you'll really focus in and work that muscle. All right, here goes our final set of tricep dips. You got this. One more. There you go. Next up is a rear deltoid cable pull. I think of it a little bit like the motion of cranking a lawnmower. I found that if I do a lower weight and just really focus in on that rear deltoid, I can target it very well. The challenge is if you lift a heavier weight, you will engage your back muscles more than you maybe want to. It is good to work your back, of course, but here I really want to work my rear deltoid, the back half of my shoulder. I accidentally cut out working my right arm in this video, so pardon me on that. Okay, next tricep exercise is this bent over row. Now, you can target the triceps with this row by tilting the dumbbell as you see me doing here. The front half of it is tilted downward and the back half is tilted upward. Another thing I'd like to point out Have you ever heard of the mind-muscle connection? Well, that is essentially an interesting phenomenon that if you think about the muscle you're working, you will target it more thoroughly and more directly. So think about those triceps as you're doing this lift. And you'll notice that I do a slight pause at the top and lower my arm in a slow, controlled fashion. If you're interested in what I'm drinking a combination of BCAAs and L-carnitine, which assists in recovery as well as performance. I'll put links in the description for the BCAAs and L-carnitine that I use. Hey, look at there. I didn't forget to record the other side. Almost done. All right, knocking out that second set of bent over tricep rows. Next side. All right, knocking out this last set of these rear deltoid cable pulls, and I'm really feeling it at this point. All right, let's move on to the other side. You may have already thought about this, but these cable pulls could actually be accomplished with exercise bands. I have a few different ones myself that I like, and I'll include links in the description to some exercise bands that you could buy to do these at home if you don't have something like this in your home, or if you are not a member of a gym that has some cables such as these. And for our last exercise of this workout routine today, our last set of bent over rows, working those triceps. You're on the home stretch now. Just keep on going, just a little bit more. And we did it! Great job! You rock! We're not done yet. Click the link to join me for our victory lap. You've earned it. Please like and subscribe.